even figure this out. I want you to consider if you're looking at a relationship and you're having to wonder if this guy cares about you, or wondering if he actually loves you, or wondering why he keeps treating other women better than you, might be that you're in a toxic relationship. When you're in a toxic relationship, you'll oftentimes find that the person who claims to love you the most is the one that seems to hurt you the most consistently. Like, no matter what you do, it never seems like you're good enough. Never seems like you can aspire to the things that he wants you to do. It never seems like you can be good enough, fulfill the needs, fulfill the desires, get to the place that this person actually loves and respects you the way that you should be loved and respected. But you don't know that. And the reason why you don't know that is because many times you've already been conditioned by this person or by your childhood. Conditioned to accept a lot of shit. Conditioned to accept different things that have been thrown at you that make you feel less than. This could simply be derogatory comments. Different pieces that are slow digs at your personality or your character, at the way you look, the way you dress, the way you act, finding different ways to be able to belittle you and put you down. Narcissists will do this to try to make you feel less than. His goal is if he makes you feel less than, and he can feel better than you. You see this so many times inside of toxic relationships that you start to question and wonder what's wrong with you. What if I told you today that there's actually nothing wrong with you? But what was wrong was the problem was that you were staying with a person who's treating you like shit. You're staying with a person who cheated on you multiple times. You're staying with a person who continues to abuse and manipulate you. You continue to be with this guy who continues to make you feel less than. And he's going to do this oftentimes by raising the bar. Now, what I mean by this is you'll have a moment where you'll try to meet all of his needs and his desires. Maybe this is physically, maybe this is emotionally, maybe this is just like serving him in different ways. And you get to a place where you're starting to meet what he wants. He's like, this is what I expect. You need to act this way, look this way, talk this way, dress this way, whatever it might be. And you start to realize, okay, if I don't do these things, he won't get mad at me. If I do these things, then he might accept me. He might love me. He might actually think that I am good enough. So you start to meet him with what he wants. The problem is when you meet him with what he wants, he raises the bar. Like, he moves it farther so that you can't actually attain it. He's like, well, that's nice, but you actually didn't do this. That's great, but you didn't do this. And it gives you this feeling and this impression, the reality that you're never going to be good enough. No matter what you do, it's not good enough. Are you in a relationship like that? Are you with a guy that no matter what you do, it's still not good enough? No matter how much you give him, time, attention, money, energy, it's still not enough. You might be scratching your head wondering, like, when will it be enough? How can I make it enough? How can I be enough for this person? Short answer, you can't. And short answer, it's impossible. Because the guy is always going to continue to raise the bar for you over and over and over. And the reason why he's going to do this, think of this for a second. The reason why he's going to do this is because if you met him with where he wanted you to be, and he didn't raise the bar, he would still realize that the relationship is not what he wants. There's still something missing. There's still an issue in the relationship, and he'd have to come to terms with that issue is him. So it's easier to try to be able to run away from that issue and just be like, no, it's your fault. You're still not good enough because of X, Y, and Z. You didn't respect me the other day. You talked bad about me to your friends. You did this, you did that. He's always going to find something wrong with you. Because if he can find something wrong with you, one, he keeps you confused, so you stay, you don't actually leave. And two, if he can find something wrong with you, he makes himself feel better. That's what it's about. The narcissist, it's about him. It's what he wants in the moment, how he feels in the moment. He's driven with his feelings, with emotions. So he looks at you and he raises the bar so you keep trying. And when you keep trying, he feels better because he's like, oh, she's pursuing me. Oh, she's running after me. And when you keep trying, he thinks, I'm doing good. I'm better than this person because I'm controlling this person. I'm better than this person because she's got this issue wrong and this issue wrong and this issue wrong. And it might not be even issues that you have, but it's things that he's projecting and placing upon you. You see, what's happening here is you get into a toxic relationship and you stay longer than what you want to stay. You get stuck and confused and lost and isolated, and you stay in a relationship that you don't even want to be in. But the problem is you can't even see it or understand what it is because you're not even sure what it is. You think that it might be normal for a stressed out person to be lashing out at you, to be degrading you, be putting you down, to be raising the bar piece by piece every single day, week, month, year. But it's not. It's a red flag of toxicity, a red flag of there's something wrong with the relationship. If he keeps raising the bar and doesn't let you actually get to the place where you guys are mutual, like working on stuff together, but he's like, nope, you're still not good enough. It's a giant red flag because he has to keep you under his thumb. He has to keep control over you. He has to keep you disempowered so he can continue to be better than you in his mind. It doesn't mean that he actually is, and it doesn't mean that you're worthless. But he's going to try to treat you that way so that you feel that way, so you get that impression, and so you start to believe it. And if you start to believe it for a long period of time, you stay stuck permanently in a toxic relationship. I hope you find freedom inside of this piece. Inside of this piece of healing and growing and developing you. This piece has to come down to you have to focus on you. If you focus on the toxic guy in your life, if you focus on the narcissist, if you focus on the cheater and the abuser, you will lose so much time, attention, energy, all things like you will lose from you. What I focus on is healing and helping you. I was on a call the other day, and one of the ladies that I was talking to that was considering our program was at a place where she was like nervous. And she was nervous because she was afraid that I was going to tell her to go no contact. And I was like, we just started talking. That's not a piece that I'm going to tell you to do. And she was like, well, why? And I was like, because if I tell you to go no contact, you go no contact, and then 2 weeks later you break that no contact and you go back to him or you interact with him, you're going to feel shame and you're going to feel guilt and you're going to run away. And you're not going to actually get the healing. So when it comes down to you communicating with him, I don't actually care right now. What I care about is you getting clear, you having your confidence built back up, and you having certainty in your life. If we have that, then you'll make different decisions down the road. But until we start developing that inside of you, nothing else is going to change, nothing else is going to shift. That's what I want to be able to provide for you. Clarity, closure, confidence, and certainty moving forward and making decisions in your life to impact your life, your legacy, and move you forward in the healing process. If you want to know more about this, go to rawmotivations.com/breakthrough. I want to provide an opportunity for you to see and understand how hundreds of other women have followed a simple blueprint that we offer, a community and a connection in the science of what we teach to actually find freedom, peace, and purpose moving forward. If this resonates, go to rawmotivations.com/breakthrough. Watch the video, schedule a call here in January 2025, and move forward today. You have a blessed, wonderful day. We'll see you all next time.